that I hope will help his dad enough that he will still be around. But today, I don't know, it's funny with the stuff that went on yesterday, like, I was really happy to see that there was not a big restraining order put on. And, like, I'm hoping that this judge sees reason. And not just reason, but that she thinks of kids as people, because there is an unfortunate amount of people in the system. I mean, look at the police, like, they don't look at children or pets as people. They look at them as property. And that's funny because it's part of why, like, even aligning more libertarian than any other group, it's part of why I've not aligned with them, because they often look at things very similarly as, like, until you're a human adult, you're considered a thing. Your emotions are not considered. Your physical needs are not considered. And I don't know, like, I'd hope to have more time to be able to get us into like a house or an apartment. We have a nice setup. It's not bad where we are. We have room for Joey, but it's definitely not what I wanted for my boys yet. And I don't know. I know that stuff's coming. I'm not the type of person to give up easily, and I don't know. I'm sad. I guess that's the way to put it. I'm sad and I'm scared. Like, Joey still has me blocked. And I know they've done everything to make it feel like it's his idea and like it was his fault that he told me the truth, like they did in the beginning when they were already alienating him from me. And then when I started to speak the truth, they told him that I was his responsibility, a 10-year-old, that his mother was his responsibility, because I was telling the truth about stuff that they do that is really disgusting. And you know what? I mean, even if the judge feels like that was a wrong move, I know that it kept him as safe as I could possibly keep him in this situation. It was not an easy decision. And I feel bad because, my DM, his dad, put in his paperwork that the best decision I ever made was giving him Joey. And I feel like out of everything, that was probably the worst decision at this point. Like, I'm glad that he did at least try to protect him a little bit, but I mean, at this point, really, you'd go this far to protect what? To protect what? Like, if this is a home where it is acceptable to abuse and neglect children, what are you fighting for? You know what I mean? Like, at least I can bring Joey out into the fresh air. I can protect him. I've already always been doing everything for him and Eamon. Doctor's appointments, PTA meetings, IEP meetings, all of that stuff. Taking him out to community events, both like activism, spiritualism, just fun stuff, meeting with other kids, helping him with bullies at school. Like, I've done so much for that kid. And it floors me that they want to try to suggest that I was just a sporadic parent. Like, that's what they want to put in there. And like no, I've been like, Joey's 10. I've done all that stuff for all of his life, and for Eamon for all of his life. Like, that's a lot of stuff to do, especially doing it alone. Like, even when their dad and I were together, I was doing all that stuff alone. I tried to ask for help, and the only thing he would do was take him to school in the morning and help Joey get ready for school. Like, I couldn't get him to do dentist appointments. I couldn't get him to help with doctor's appointments. I couldn't get him to do any of the rest of that stuff. I couldn't even get him to pay the bills. And he made more money than me the whole time, too. And, like, it's just frustrating that it's like basically they're trying to keep Joey so they can protect doing bad things to each other. Like, just give Joey back. Like, Joey doesn't deserve that. I had hoped that, if nothing else, I mean, yeah, I knew there'd be neglect, but I'd hoped, at least with me speaking the truth, that we would all be protected from further damage from that stuff. And maybe, just maybe, that things would turn around there on their own. And, because I miss Joey all the frickin' time. All the time. Like, that kid either slept in my bed or slept in my mom's bed, like, every single night, because she put the hoard all over in his room. And, like, I still remember him crying when he was here and just wanting to cuddle up in my bed, wanting to play games and watch a movie and just be a kid. I'm praying the spirit, you know. I know that I have the truth on my side. I know that I'm doing the best that I can in a really, really difficult piratey situation. I know that spirit's got its hands in all of this stuff, and I'm just hoping for the best outcome for Joey, which I feel like at this point, if Rudy won't even say, I mean, even on Facebook when I called him in on it, he wouldn't say that he'll protect Joey. Like, what kind of crisis are you going through that you can't even just say, I will protect Joey. I will make sure that he's not force fed medications. I will make sure that anyone who's hurt him does not come around him and hurt him. I will get him clothes, or I will work with you to get him clothes. I will create a better environment so he feels safe getting food and asking me for stuff. Like, I don't see what's so complicated about doing that. And the only excuses I've ever gotten from him are that it's his new wife's fault, or it's life's fault, or it's everyone else's fault, or it's my fault. And it's like, no, you gotta stand up and be his dad. You gotta grow up and do those things. Like, everybody does. I have to. Like, everybody does. And it does no good to any child to blame them for that stuff. You know what I mean? We brought them into this world. We made the baby, not the other way around, you know? I don't know. I'm gonna go into work. Probably gonna call and talk to our family doctor and see what she said. And then I'm gonna fill out, I gotta download and print off a guardian ad litem paper. I'm hoping at very least, because there's a lot of lies going on. I believe I have enough evidence to show that none of them are valid, but I don't know, and I don't know how much time I'm going to get to do that in the court date that's set. I'm just going to try my best to come as prepared as I can, and I've not asked for them to just completely cut him out. I've just asked for him to have a mental health evaluation and substance abuse evaluations, and then we can renegotiate what's going on, because there's a serious lack of judgment problem going on. And like, I don't know, I'm not perfect either. I've done plenty of stuff on my own, but I've never put the kids at risk other than leaving them with my parents or leaving them with Rudy. And usually he's fine when he's not surrounded by pirates, but when he is, he's a pirate himself. And I'd hoped that he would prove to me that that was not him, that maybe his allegations that I was just making a big deal out of nothing were true. And this was his opportunity to prove that. And he's not. I just want my boys to be safe, you know, like I still have a whole lot of love for everyone. I had a hardest time getting free of this stuff because I feel for everyone in it, but I can't let their stories of their trauma be the thing that keeps me interlocked with them when it affects my kids so much. That's part of why I just said enough. Done with all of y'all. You know, I tried not to alienate the kids from any family members they wanted to be connected with, that were reconnecting with them. None of them really even did. You know, like, it's like maybe one. And I don't disturb that connection. I want them to have healthy connections. If there are any healthy family members who can get beyond their egos and be healthy around him, I want that. I want that. I've always wanted to have good family connections and stuff. It just wasn't in the cards on the end that I got. And I'm okay with that now. But I know that the kids deserve to have more than just me. And the way that they play the games that they play, I don't know that they will have more than just me. I've got community, you know, for them and stuff like that, but it's often not quite the same. You know, it feels really different to be abandoned by your own family. I don't know. Thank you for those of you who help pray that this goes well, that the judge looks at what's best for Joey, and that he's not left in that. I just want, like, even if he stays there, at least have supervision, at least have somebody come in and check on him regularly, at least have somebody watching, because it's very likely that I will be told that I can't talk about it anymore online. I'm okay with that as long as Joey is safe. I don't know. Thank you for your prayers. I'm gonna go to work and then go to work for my kids.